The lore teaches spiritual activity in the second air region. Here, at the very beginning, the following question may arise. Is the spiritual being of this second region good or evil? And is it ascending or descending? By specially particular considerations of the spiritual being within the second region, this question may be answered clearly and sufficiently, and all will easily be able to discover what aspects thereof are either good or bad, as well as what direction it is heading in. The second region is most similar to the material life of the people upon the surface of this earth. There is continuous running to and fro, gathering of the like-minded, war, murder, capture, defeat, passing through, stealing and robbing, enacting evil and doing good. All this may be found within the second region. It is the true battlefield of spirits. This is also why the mountains found in this region appear mostly ruined and destroyed, akin to a fortress that has withstood several years of siege. The mere sight of these heights sufficiently displays how much contention and fighting occurs in this region. However, in like manner, a freedom like nowhere else reigns here as well, and that is because this is the very place where the spirits are prepared for either heaven or for hell. For every deceased soul and spirit instantly arrives in this region after death, where it lives on just as it did on earth. There, all enjoy complete freedom and naturally seek out their own kind. Thereafter, gatherings take place, and where several come together in association, plans are soon made as to how one or the other thing could be achieved, usually by force or trickery. Among such associations, traitors arise in time, betraying plans of their association to another, more powerful one. When two associations, or several on occasion, come to know each other's plans by the actions of these traitors, preparations take place, which can be seen in the natural world in the form of ever-increasing turbidity. It will not be long until the fierce armies set out against each other. Unfortunately, however, above them dwell the all-seeing, powerful spirits of peace. These descend upon the fierce armies, capturing and ejecting them from the second region all the way down to Earth, where it will take them quite some time to pick themselves back up and gather the strength and courage necessary to once again return whence they were thrown out of, like a troublesome guest. Though in the spiritual sphere, this does not appear as it does here in the material world, but rather as if such a riffraff were caught by the police, bound and then locked up, placed under proper arrest. This arrest is the matter itself, within which they are captured once more, and police are the spirits of peace from the third region. Should the spirits humble themselves after having faced such a fierce rebuke, and should they, by such humiliation, be brought into a state wherein they are able and willing to pronounce my name, to seek help, rescue, and salvation therein, then such spirits will instantly and affectionately be welcomed by the spirits of peace. Right away they will be guided into the third region, and once there, will be accommodated, though admittedly at the very bottom for the time being. From then on, they will live in continuous union with the pure spirits, ascending ever higher, according to the degree of love they possess for me and my order. This act may be seen from the natural world as well, in the form of a not so uncommon phenomenon where the clouds disappear from the sky. The contrary may occur as well. When wicked affiliations are brewing, clouds suddenly begin to form in the sky, particularly around the peaks of tall mountains, where previously nothing but the purest air could be seen. This phenomenon is brought about by the ever-increasing passion of such spirits, whereby they materialize themselves precisely according to the degree of these wicked passions rising within them, increasingly condensed and compressed. For all of matter is most distant from me, being in itself nothing but an imprint of the most perverse passion. And so, when a spirit is once again captured by the passion of its soul, it distances itself from me, and the more it does so, the more ungainly and material its nature, until it ultimately becomes visible within even the material world, in a tangible form corresponding to its principal passion. Soon thereafter it is ejected, too heavy for even this second region, like a captive and coarse material body. The weight thereof may be likened to the will of the spirits of peace, which may be likened to mine as well, for my will is the very weight of all bodies. Such spirits commonly remain utterly material, preferring to inhabit heaps of rubbish, the filthiest animals and most hideous plants, out of their own wicked volition, refusing to humble themselves. At all times this fact is testified to by many examples, and proper management must be exercised here, so that, in its wickedness, this ejected rubbish does not cling to noble fruits and animals. For if this were to happen, both fruit and animal would be doomed. The previous year's Great Famine, 1846, originates from the same source. If, on occasion, grain and wheat fields suddenly grow gangrenous, this too is a fruit of these wicked spirits taking possession, manifesting this phenomenon in the material world. Neither is it all too uncommon for these fiends to latch themselves onto all manner of animals. Soon a certain plague emerges among them, and not even the fish in the water are spared from these spirits' influence. And thus even the bubonic plague itself, as well as other epidemic diseases emerging among the peoples, are usually a consequence of such evil spirits taking possession of the human body, and by this process they destroy it in one way or another, followed naturally by death. That is, unless specific means are applied in my name, to which these fiends must inevitably yield. Already you know many things, whether these spirits are good or evil, where they go, and how. However, for you to clearly understand how such spirits, even with their intelligence, allow themselves to be banished into apparently dead matter, and how they take demonic possession of it, we will make more particular observations shortly.